Welcome to my channel. My third requested reaction is an interesting one. The name of the group is Dreamcatcher. Here in America, a Dreamcatcher is a, gosh, how do I describe this? It's like a net that Native Americans built to catch their dreams. So the name kind of caught my eye when I saw it. And the name of the song is Deja Vu. This is a new group to me. I don't know anything about them, but I'm looking forward to hearing them. Before we get into that, though, I do want to thank you for coming here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for your wonderful requests that you make, like this one, that introduce me to new groups and new singers all the time. It's what makes my channel so much fun, at least for me. I mean, I assume it does for you too, because you keep coming back. But it makes it a lot of fun for me. Don't forget, I always put the artist links in the description of my videos so that you can support them as well. And I also put the link to the request form so you can request reactions if you want to. I do not take requests from the comments, so make sure you fill out the form. So this is Dreamcatcher performing Deja Vu.
너의 두 눈동자여 지난 모든 기억들을 지워줘. 짙어진 안개 사이로 멀리 떠나온 길, 시린 흔적만을 남긴 채 기억 끝을 잡아봐도 끝내 오래 더 오래 깊은 침묵에 잠들어. Oh now holding this pain, 모든 걸 버린 그날처럼 전부 거짓이길 잠시 스쳐가는 척감기길 젖은 눈물로도 뒤늦은 후회로도 돌아갈 수 있다면 yeah. So now I'm holding this pain, 모든 걸 버린 그대처럼 뒤덮었으니 어둠 속 한 줄기빛처럼 손잡아준 너를 따라가 Deja vu, Deja vu, Deja vu. I'll say it now. 너만을 위해 내 전부를 걸고서 상처가 깊어 I'm in my deja vu.
Remember when you got that tragic haircut?
So, was that a female K-pop group? I don't know. That was interesting. I was a little concerned at the end there when the girl in the black dress grabbed the sword. I was afraid she was going to end up stabbing that girl in the white dress, but she never did, thank God. I wasn't quite sure what to make of all the visuals. It was a strange mixture of images between violence and non-violence. Really kind of. I'm glad they had subtitles because I could follow along. I like the song overall, the melody of it and the sound of it. I think I'd like to hear more of this group, get to know them a little bit better. I thank you for asking for them. I have something I want to share with you. It's been on my heart, and I know some of you probably won't be happy with this, but that's okay. I read the Bible every day. I'm working my way through the Bible now, and I'm into 2 Kings. And there's a little story in chapter 4 that I want to read to you. The wife of a man from the company of the prophets cried out to Elisha, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that he revered the Lord. But now his creditor is coming to take my 2 boys as his slaves." Elisha replied to her, "How can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house?" "Your servant has nothing at all," she said, "except a small jar of olive oil." Elisha said, "Go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour all the oil into the jars, and as each is filled, put it to one side." She left him and shut the door behind her and her sons. They brought the jars to her, and she kept pouring. When all the jars were full, she said to her son, "Bring me another one." But he replied, "There is not a jar left." Then the oil stopped flowing. She went and told the man of God, and he said, "Go, sell the oil and pay your debts. You and your sons can live on what is left." Now, it's just a simple little story, but the implications of it are incredible. If you think about it, all she had was a little bit of oil, and yet as she kept pouring that oil, it kept coming out. That's a miracle, plain and simple. But what would have happened if she had gotten more jars? Because it says the oil stopped flowing after she had filled the last jar. So I think it's safe to assume, had there been more jars, she would have been able to fill them as well. So you see, it doesn't matter if you're destitute. God can change that for you through a miracle. And He can do that for as long as you're willing to accept it. She had X number of jars, and that's what she basically limited God to. And because she limited God, he could only do what she had limited to. But he did all that she had limited him to. So, if you're at a point in your life where you owe money, it can be paid off. If you're at a point in your life where you're not sure where your next meal's coming from, it can be taken care of. God can do that for you, just like he did for that widow. A nameless widow in a little tiny story with such great significance. If we just ask God for help and we accept God's help, we will receive everything we need to pay off our debts and everything we need to get along. And if we don't limit God, we could be wealthy. Just imagine for what it would have been like for this widow if she'd had twice as many jars. She would have had twice as much money. Or 3 times as many jars. What if she'd had thousands of jars? The oil would have kept flowing until the last jar was full. That's God. That's what God will do for you. And I pray that you get to the point in your life where you believe that, because when you do, all your problems will disappear. And I pray that same thing for every person that you love. This is the Vietnam Era Vet out.